Welcome to the Source One podcast. Consider us your on-the-go source for the latest insights in the procurement, supply management, and strategic sourcing industry. The first step to any cost reduction project is to determine savings opportunities by conducting a spend analysis. For many companies, however, collecting and making sense of spend data can be challenging, especially when the data is decentralized and varied across departments and locations. In this Intro to Spend Analysis series, Source One Associate Director and Spend Analysis Expert Jennifer Ulrich will walk us through how to conduct a spend analysis. We're nearing the end of the spend analysis process. In this fifth installment of the Spend Analysis series, we're taking a look at how to rank spend categories for further evaluation.
Now that you have your initial classification under wraps, let's start ranking categories for further analysis. Here's how. Run a pivot table that shows spend by category, then sort the data by spend from highest to lowest. You can see which categories contain the highest spend and therefore have the greatest impact on the organization by doing this. Now add the supplier column to the pivot table. You can now see how many suppliers make up each category of spend. When ranking categories, you're essentially determining the order in which you plan to drill down further into the data. When developing your ranking system, consider how much is in your designated spend categories, how many suppliers are in a category, and which categories have not been sourced recently, as well as which categories can be quickly sourced. Understanding your company culture is important for properly managing this step. For example, depending on the industry you serve, the category of marketing would probably be very high up in your list in terms of spend and supplier utilized. However, many marketing departments maintain tight control over their supplier selection, and they're typically very reluctant to work with people outside of the marketing department on supplier selection or supplier negotiations, or even in budgets. If you're unfamiliar with strategic sourcing, or you get the impression that there's a high resistance for marketing, you may not want to identify this area as a starting point. Instead, focus on areas of the company that are more open to change or are less politically sensitive. This isn't to say you shouldn't examine marketing spend. The purpose of a strategic sourcing initiative is to reduce costs and hopefully create significant savings opportunities in the area of marketing. However, building sponsorship and buy-in to the process is critical, and sometimes the best way to do that is by showing some positive results from a strategic sourcing engagement. Starting with a department that is reluctant to engage will not help you build that business case for the rest of the organization. Now that you have ranked the categories, it is time to subcategorize the information into projects. During this stage, you're identifying what you consider to be distinct strategic sourcing initiatives, each with its own project plan, timeline, and sourcing strategy. In doing this, you are developing a preliminary sourcing strategy based on leverage points, grouping the spend in a way that provides the best opportunity for a supplier to reduce price, improve service levels, or provide additional incentives. Next, in the Spend Analysis series, we'll discuss in more detail how to develop an effective sourcing strategy.
Thanks for tuning in to the Source One podcast. Remember to visit us online at www.sourceoneinc.com. For more insights from our strategic sourcing and procurement experts, check out our blog at www.strategicsorcerer.com. Want to provide us feedback? Have an idea for another podcast? Let us know by emailing us at prrequest@sourceoneinc.com. Thanks for listening.